Temperatures are cooling down, and while it may be cooling down, you might want to grab yourself a space heater to keep yourself warm in your house. I'm here with Mike Wilson from Any Hour Services in this sponsored interview to tell us more about how we can be safe when using these.
Sure. You know, when the winter comes around, we've got cold spots in the house and we want to be as comfortable as possible. So space heaters are a very common solution to that. And so the two most common kinds of space heaters, you've got propane space heaters and you've got electric. Now we're going to spend most of our time talking about electric space heaters. With propane heaters, the things that you want to be aware of: one, make sure that it is labeled safe for indoor use. Make sure that you have a carbon monoxide detector in that room, and then make sure that the room you're trying to heat is well ventilated. In case something happens, you don't want the gas to build up in there. The carbon monoxide detector will help protect you as well. But when it comes to electrical space heaters, the things that you want to remember: number one, a 3-foot rule. Keep things away from the space heater. It's generating heat. Some of the older ones, you may even remember, they would like have the elements that would glow red. It looked like it would catch fire, right?
Well, Mike, I was telling you that I have vivid memories of a heater that I used when I was younger, when we were getting ready for school in the morning. And I remember vividly that there were little pieces of the fluff from our blankets on it that were burned. And that is so alarming to think of now.
Yeah, so you definitely want to keep things away from it. If you're going to have a space heater in a bedroom, don't keep it so close to the bed that while you're tossing and turning, a blanket could accidentally fall over on it. The other thing with space heaters is the amount of electricity that it's pulling, because electricity, as those electrons are flowing over the copper wires, they create a lot of heat. And so there's different size wires to handle different amounts of electricity. Now with this one, and most space heaters, they're going to pull anywhere from 750, 1200, 1500 watts, which is actually quite a bit of power for a single circuit to be able to pull. And if you're not sure how much power yours is pulling, if you get a new one at the store, on the box it could say how much power is on it. You know, just look for a place that has a number and a W next to it, and that'll show you how much it is.
So right here it would be 750 to 1500.
Yep, and that 750 is in the low setting, the 1500 is in the high setting, which a lot of times we run it in the high setting because we're cold and we're trying to heat up the room fast. If you don't have a box for a new one, you can actually look on the bottom of the space heater or somewhere where you can find a nameplate or some kind of tag that'll show you how many watts the thing is pulling. So either way, once you know how much electricity it's pulling, again, make sure you plug it directly into the wall. And here's why. I've got a little demonstration set up where this is the cable that comes directly out of the back of the heater, and then this is actually an outdoor extension cord. It's really heavy duty, big thick copper. This is an example of an indoor extension cord. Feel that. Tell me what you feel.
It is burning up. It is so hot. Well, and you're so right. A lot of times they're not reaching the places that we need, so we're going and grabbing the extension cords and maybe not thinking of the quality.
Right. Well, a lot of times the kind of extension cords that we have laying around the house are the cheapest ones that we could get at the dollar store. And the difference in the quality in those, the reason that it's $1 at the dollar store is because it's got a whole lot less copper in it. And so that really small copper conductor isn't able to handle the 1500 watts the same way that a 12 gauge, much thicker copper conductor can. So for a safety, we'll shoot a heat gun on it for just a second and show you exactly the temperature. But for now, just go around and actually feel the cables. You could tell when you felt that wasn't safe.
Oh yeah, yeah, this feels dangerous. It's very hot.
It's actually a nice hand warmer, I guess.
Right.
If you're really cold. But you definitely want to make sure that it's plugged into the wall. Feel the extension cords if you have them plugged on, but I'm going to show you right here. So if we take this heat gun and we point it and shoot it on that extension cord, it's about room temperature, right?
Yeah, this one, it looks definitely much more heavy duty, like it's keeping us safe.
Yep. The one that's coming right off of the heater, it's a little bit warmer than the one that the heavy duty one. But when we come and we shoot this small one, again, you know, we're looking at 130 something degrees compared to 70 degrees. And anyway, so that's the key thing, is make sure you keep things away from it so it doesn't burn, and then make sure that you plug it directly into the wall wherever you can. If you are going to use an extension cord, make sure you use a heavy enough duty extension cord.
Great tips. Also, when shopping for a space heater, certain things to look out for. Some are a little bit more exposed than others.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying a new space heater, they're going to be pretty safe, and I would look at the amount of electricity it's using, and really it's just your preference. The ones that have a fan are nice because the air is blowing right over those heating elements, and it's nice to feel that. Others like this that are just going to be a radiator style, it's an oil one that's going to heat up that oil, and it's going to radiate the heat in the room. So either way, just keep things away from it and plug them directly into the wall.
We are now well equipped to be able to handle our space heaters for the winter. Thank you so much, Mike.
You're welcome.
With Any Hour Services in this sponsored interview.